Hi, welcome back to Metal Rules TV, where the underground meets the playground. I'm Neil Jameson.
I'm Dan Martin.
I'm Jeff Rappaport.
And I'm Matt Gibbons.
So what do we have in the news, Neil?
I don't know, you have the paper in front of
Yeah.
me. I can't read that far.
So Avenged Sevenfold
Fantastic.
Yes!
are working on a new album for 2013.
Woo!
Teenage girls everywhere swim.
Is what's his name doing drums still?
The dead one?
No, the dead one.
No.
The dead one is not doing drums.
Red.
Rick Allen?
Rick Allen is no. They have a two-armed drummer. He's not doing drums either.
How does he get time to play drums when he's so busy jerking guys off?
Who, the drummer?
Yes.
Is the drummer gay?
You've seen pictures.
Which one are we talking about now?
I don't know any of them.
So I think you're a big fan of Avenged Sevenfold.
Yes. Can't wait for the new album.
Matt?
No.
You're not a fan?
Not a fan at all, man. That's not my thing. Not
I
my
didn't-
thing, Mike.
I'm going to stand here and say that I actually like the band.
I seriously...
A lot.
I mean, you know,
What?
we all
I
have
do.
faults, but
I do.
I couldn't tell you, if you were to play it for me, I couldn't tell you what it is. I think that my basic opinion on this band doesn't even have to do with any of the band members themselves, because you could put a bunch of guys dressed in women's clothing with makeup in front of me, and I couldn't tell you, if they were from this band or that band or whatever. I think it's the fact that the fans seem... They have like a rabid enthusiasm for stupidity. It's almost to the level of where juggalos are, but in kind of a more flamboyant.
Avenged Sevenfold fans or
Yeah.
like Juggalo? Worse than Juggalos?
I wouldn't
guess
say
you have to
worse,
deal with them.
but yeah. See, these are people I have to talk to every day, and
Because they think they're metal.
yeah, there's it's basically a lot of teenagers who, much like all teenagers, think they know absolutely everything. So they will come in and they will be like, "Oh, what are you playing this black metal shit for? Avenged Sevenfold is more evil, more brutal, whatever." And it's like, cool. I can't wait to see how well you do when you're out in the world and these are your opinions and this is how you think life is. But it's just it's a certain youthful rebellion turned into absolute marketed arrogance, and plus the pink eyeliner. I can't do it. I can't take him seriously. And this is coming from a guy who...
Do they have pink eyeliner?
I don't know. I haven't seen it recently.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it, though.
This is coming from a guy who, like my background, like I used to put makeup on and sing in front of people, and
And you could charge people $25 to do
Yeah,
makeup
to do it
for
on
them.
and I look at now, and it's to me image over substance.
Yeah, that same statement can be used towards a lot of bands and
All
mainstream.
genres.
Yeah.
The question is, have you ever heard Avenged Sevenfold?
Once or twice.
I have, yeah.
On
They used to
purpose?
play it on the radio all the time, that song.
Yeah, there was a
Dark
one song that was
Country?
huge.
I don't
There was one song that was huge, yeah.
the off their last album, I guess.
I've seen videos. It's weird. I'll see videos in places where they're playing the videos, but they're not playing the music. Like a lot of FYEs would do that for a while, and I'd come in and be like, "Oh, it's Tim Burton's Fantasia." No, it's Avenged Sevenfold in like a snow-filled forest running after some girl who's obviously trapped in a dream, and here's a raven, and here's a moon, and here's some trees.
Weren't they more of a metal band in their past, and then kind of
Yeah,
developed
actually,
They were a hardcore band.
yeah. When I first started doing Metal Rules magazine, their label and them, I think they might even own those, like some shitty little label that they were on or whatever. They used to actually buy ad space, and they used to trade me Avenged Sevenfold CDs in lieu of money, and I would sell them on eBay. And I wish I would have had them now.
Oh my God,
I
yeah.
probably got like $3 or $4 a piece for them then, but they're probably worth a fortune now. They're all the ones.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, and I didn't really like them. And they used to be like, "Can you give them a good review?" And I'm like, "No, because I don't really like them." But then they actually, when they revamped their sound, they were like a very generic, like metalcore band,
Yeah.
like very generic, and like the guy didn't sing. It was just like it was just boring. Like, but they actually, when the guy, they I don't know what they did, but they became like almost like. To me, they're like a modern day Guns N' Roses. Not the Guns N' Roses out there now.
Yeah,
but
wasn't
like,
that the thing they were kind of that was.
Yeah, the way I said his favorite album was Use Your Illusion or something.
Yeah, I remember when they did the whole revamp thing. People were comparing them to Guns N' Roses, but
Not exactly musically, but like 100%. But as far as they had, I think they had a really good sound. I mean, like that's just me. You know, like I said, you guys feel differently about it, but I really liked it. It's like, you know, like I remember seeing it on like MTV or something. I was turning channels. I'm like, it grabbed me. I thought this is pretty good. I'm like, who is this band? You know, I'm like, this is the same fucking band that was sending their shitty metalcore CD. It's like almost like if you ever listen to the two bands back to back. I mean, I think even you will like the new version better than what they used to do, even though it's way heavier, more in line of what you would probably like. It was so generic and bad.
Well, I mean, I like
That is bad.
dried white dog shit compared to fresh dog shit.
It looks like
I don't like either of them, but you know, I definitely prefer the dog shit that doesn't smell. It's easier to clean.
It's good philosophy.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty much what we got on Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh, Jeff.
I'm looking forward to it. And, yeah.
You're alone here.
I don't mind being alone. I believe in, you know, to stand up for my whatever I like.
yeah, that's
you know?
fine.
Everyone likes what they like, and if anybody,
I'm a
I
13-year-old
like-
girl, and I'm proud of it.
I like
Well,
really
you're
bad
pretty
music
girl.
myself. Yeah.
What-
anybody who backs down on something that they like just because they get ridiculed by other people is just incredibly weak-minded. So
I agree. So, what is your guilty pleasure?
I don't feel guilt for anything that I enjoy.
All right, what do you think? You could say that you enjoy that people would be like shocked, like, huh?
That's not grim.
There's certain hip hop I enjoy. I think 3-6 Mafia is really good. I listen to a lot of jazz. I listen to Coltrane, Miles Davis, Thelonious Monk. Real, you know, beginner stuff. I don't really dive too deeply into it. I don't know. I can't imagine. A lot of people would probably just be pissed off if I listened to anything that wasn't metal, and I listen to a lot that isn't metal. I listen to a lot of, you know, Nirvana and Soundgarden and shit like that.
Soundgarden.
So,
Yeah.
Did you hear the new album?
Nah,
It's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've heard parts of it.
Well, some of it, like, there's a few duds on the album. I think the single that they just released was kind of a dud, but there's some really,
I've
like,
been way too long.
there's
or
some good stuff, like, that is kind of like a modern version of, like, Bad Motorfinger.
whatever. Yeah, that's when they
Right.
That's when they were good as shit.
What about you? Anything that
Aha.
you love? Aha.
Nice.
That's what I would consider my guilty pleasure.
I love like all 80s.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge
music.
Tears
I do too, yeah.
So, Duran, huge
Depeche
fan of
Mode.
Duran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the early 90s
Pure.
new romantic, which Duran
Love
kind of
Duran
much
Duran.
threw him
Love-
into
yeah.
that, but Japan, it's one of my favorites. But yeah, Duran, Rio, it's a
Yeah.
great album.
She dances on the sand. I mean,
Yeah.
so right there.
Even up to the 90s. Well, there was that awkward phase where it seemed like Duran was incorporating too many like weird noises and samples, but in the 90s and the beginning of the 90s when they kind of mellowed out a little bit, I started liking them.
It was like when Tears for Fears came back, and
Tears for Fears' first two albums are great.
never be embarrassed of anything that you like.
Oh, I'm not.
Well, I know.
I even said my name in the beginning of this thing. It's already, you know, directed towards me, the Jew with the big nose over here. I'm fine with that, you know.
Jewy McJewerson.
Yeah, no. That's why I sat there and said it, you know. It always feels weird when you're alone, like, anybody? Nobody else likes this but me? But, you know, I always listen to what I want to listen to, and, you know.
Fuck it.
I'm actually very, I have to say I'm impressed with you in a way. And the way is that you're not like a black metal, I hate everything except this.
Yes.
And a lot of times I run into people like that. So the fact that what you said, that you appreciate my opinion, and the fact that you will voice your opinion and you're not like, oh, I only listen to this. It's good. I mean, that's the kind of honesty I like on this show.
I don't think less of anybody for
Toots.
their taste. There's no reason to.
All right.
I prefer the white dog shit.
Yes. And that's what we have on Avenged Sevenfold and the history of black metal. Thank you.
And dog shit.